You know, I read the comments on my videos and stuff like that, and I always come across these people that are like, "It was the '90s, man." Like they talk about the 1990s like it was some sort of acid utopia, right? Like acid just fell from the sky. Like it was like the '60s all over again, but the '90s. You know, and the people that are saying this are retarded. It's like this one guy was saying like, yeah, man, it was the '90s. We used to like go to these fish shows, man, and had these super soaker squirt guns like filled with fucking acid, man, and just like squirted everybody as we ran by, man. It was fucking great. It's like, no, 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 no. Just like people like to pretend that there's a hippie on every corner squirting, medicine bottles, as he said, of acid into people's mouths. No, 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 no. That shit. None of that shit happened. Not like that. And people who say these things, like it was the '90s, are always trying to impress people who are younger, like say who are 20-ish, right? Teens, 20-ish. So they're born 2000 later, right? Because they weren't alive in the '90s, so they have no way to verify that what they're saying is true. So I'm here to tell you that this is true. The '90s were nothing special. Acid was no better. Psychedelics didn't run rampant and fall from the sky. There wasn't hippies on every corner dosing people with acid, like people like to pretend. That shit just didn't happen. The '90s are the same decade that brought you shit like Friends, Oprah. Wait, no, that's probably '80s. Friends, Seinfeld. Okay, Bill Cosby. Okay, that all sucked. The '90s weren't all that great. The greatest thing that came out of the '90s was the fucking music, right? That was cool about the '90s, but there was no acid utopia. People who say this shit are just perpetuating this like fishtail about how great the '90s were, and oh, like you should have been there, and I'm so much cooler than you because I fucking lived through the '90s. It's like, no, doesn't make you cooler. That just makes you kind of fucking old now, man. That's what that makes you, not cool. You know what I'm saying? Nothing special about the '90s, guys. Nothing. I mean, I started doing acid in '92, maybe right around there, '91, '92. Um, it was only more popular, only more widespread than it is today. Well, it's not. It was just because I was young. And when you're younger, I had a better connection to my social network was more popular back then. But now that I'm 48, yeah, it's hard to find acid because I'm a little old for that, right? Like the people that I associate with are a little old for that too. So nothing special about the '90s, guys. Not a goddamn thing. In fact, I think acid is just as good, if not better, today. And it's probably more prevalent. Really is, especially with networking, the internet. You probably have a lot easier time finding psychedelics than I did, or we did back then. You had to know somebody. Once you knew somebody, you were cool, just like today. I mean, it was the '90s, man. Come on. People are dumb. People believe this stupid bullshit. I was at this fucking Dead show, man. I got puddled, man. And I'm fucking... No, you didn't. In the '90s was nothing special. We had a good time, sure. But you know what? Same can be said about the 2020s. I'm sure, right? So don't believe that bullshit about the '90s being something great and some acid utopia. It wasn't. Whoever's telling you that is just trying to be cool, trying to impress you because you weren't around to verify that the '90s sucked. Okay, except for the music. And the psychedelic culture phenomenon didn't boom in the '90s. It was always there. It was there since probably the '60s, and will probably continue to be here forever. All right, there you go. Sorry to bust your bubble, Mr. '90s, Mr. You should have been there. The '90s, man, they were fucking awesome. Not really. No, Seinfeld sucks.